unu mana 90% akụkọ na nna ala okwu asị ụfọdụ bụ nke eji azụ fem ụfọdụ ka a na-akọ site n'anya ụfọdụ ka eji achọ ka enweta ọmịiko ndị mmadụ mgbe ọ chọrọ iweghara ọnọdụ mmadụ ibe na-amaghị na ọdịiche dị na X na 5 ị ma na a na-akọ ụfọdụ mgbe a bịara ịkwago emo lezie anya o wee sị o wee mee ọgọdụ nke ya onwe ya sị onye iru abụọ yiri agba abalị amaghị ebe isi ya dị nwanne ndị Filipaị isi anọ nke isii wee uche kpachapụ anya onye iru abụọ bụ omebi ọ na-ahasị ezinụlọ enyi na enyi nwanne na nwanne na-eruo anya na nzukọ ihe ha na-egosi bụ negativ onwe mana ọ bụ na ya dị ebe ha bi n'ọdụ ahịa ha n'ọfịs ndị ha na ha na-emekọ ihe ego ndị a ga-asapụta ha mmadụ ihe ha onye iru abụọ dị dangerous o gbue n'ọhịa tanụgo nke onye na-eji ọ na-eji ụka ọ na-efe ahụ iji dozie mmadụ ha dị aghụghọ karịa mbe ihe ụfọdụ ha si akọwa Kraịst uche amekweghị ndị ozi ọma ma gị nwanne na-ebi ndụ a lọghachi n'ihi na uru adịghị eburu izonarị mmadụ onwe gị ma ebughị izonarị ya Chineke onye na-akwụkwọ ezi onye ọbụla dịka ọrụ isi Matiu 16:6 gụọ ya lọghachi o Jizọs nsị gị lọghachi elu ka Chineke gbaghara anyị n'aha Jizọs.
You are once again welcome to Collins Cinema Treasury of Excellent Knowledge. Still today, Saturday, the 10th of July 2021, I am your humble servant evangelist Collins Cinema, greeting you from my base, the city of Valencia. God bless you for coming, and most especially greeting you as usual in the name of the only universal Lord and Messiah, Jesus the Christ. I want to talk about the fallacies from Pastor Sunday ADELAJA. And the topic is Sunday ADELAJA'S fallacies against real freedom agitators of Nigeria. Pastor Sunday ADELAJA has just made a video 8 hours ago. And in that video, he vomited different sorts of fallacies against real freedom agitators of Nigeria, of which I am one. I am a real freedom agitator. There are millions of my type. And it is not that he just made fallacies, he just uttered fallacies against us. But the worst part of it is that he just maliciously condemned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, despite that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is now in the Nigerian dungeon as a result of illegal kidnap and abduction executed against him, which is executed by the Nigerian government in conspiracy with the Kenyan government. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the prison right there in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Then Sunday, Adelaja just made a video, as I've said, about 8 hours ago, mean today, being Saturday 10th of July 2021. In that video, he maliciously condemns Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's act. He condemns the act of we, his followers, condemning the act of Omoyele Sowore and all other people who rise up to question the Nigerian government about the terrorism and all other sorts of oppression being meted upon the supposedly indigenous Nigerians, which comprises the Oduduwans, the Arewans, and we, the Biafrans. So Sunday Adelaja has told a lot of lies to poisoning the mind of the people against us. Though the majority of us have come to know the truth, but I am making this video to be kept for record purpose, most especially because of those who will be easily misled, those who will be easily distracted, and the remnant ignorant among us, among we the Biafrans. I'm not talking specifically about IPOB led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I mean all Biafrans, both the registered and non-registered IPOB freedom agitators. Then the remnant ignorant among the Odudua people, the majority of the ignorant from the north, so that they will not just subscribe into such an idea and they consume it completely without any counter motion. That is the reason I am making this video. Previously, I have told you that Pastor Sunday Adelaja is a fake pastor. Sunday Adelaja is worse than a fake pastor Yemi Osibanjo. But he is a freedom agitator in disguise. I mean Sunday Adelaja. Sunday Adelaja is very, very wicked. He's a very wicked man. He just claimed to be a pastor, but he is not a genuine pastor. Sunday Adelaja, as I told you before, I repeat, is a religious politician. And his ambition is to engage, if he has not engaged, because I don't actually know his background. If he has not engaged into the business of making money from the Nigerian politicians while promoting their politics and their evil leadership with his hypnosis religion in the guise of Christianity, just like many of them have been doing. Those so-called mega pastors owning mega churches, who are part and parcel of the Nigerian politicians, but these are the religious arm of these globalists, the religious arm of the Nigerian politicians, those they use to control the masses and to subject them to that evil leadership of Nigerian government. Sunday Adelaja is one of them, but the little difference is that he is not as rich as those mega pastors, those who fly private jets and building mansions and making huge amount of money from the money that should belong to over 200 million supposedly Nigerians, being hijacked by few individuals who are regarded to be the Nigerian politicians, rather than these so-called pastors preaching against their evil. Then they begin to preach in their favor as a result of their selfish interest, because of money and many other favors which they get from the Nigerian politicians. So we will not allow this kind of message to be trending. That is the reason I am here to counter Sunday Adelaja's fallacy. So I want to play a video. This video is not too long. It is about 15 minutes video containing the fallacy of Sunday Adelaja. And while the video will be playing, I will be making some points as I interject for us to have deeper understanding with clarity and with facts and figure about the lies of Sunday Adelaja against we who are real to fighting for our own freedom and for the freedom of our present and the future generation, including fighting Sunday Adelaja's freedom. Sunday Adelaja is a willing slave in the guise of a pastor.
His participation in the last presidential election. Hello, Nigerians. I'm coming to you today to talk to you about a topic that will create definitely some controversy with a section of the Nigerian population. I'm speaking to you today about the uneasy bedfellows of Sowore and Nnamdi Kanu. These are two personalities that are well known in Nigeria, and especially Sowore thanks to his participation in the last presidential election. But the problem that I have with this uneasy alliance is because of who Nnamdi Kanu is.
Hey, I have made a mistake.
This is worrisome. Nnamdi Kanu has proven himself to be an unstable personality, in my humble opinion. Now, I know there are people who follow him.
In his humble opinion, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is unstable. That is, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is inconsistent. He is irreliable. This is what the so-called pastor Sunday Adelaja is claiming. And strategically, for people not to react angrily against him, he said, according to his humble opinion, that opinion is a total rubbish. And that opinion is for real an accusation. That opinion is a slander. Slander means character assassination. So Sunday Adelaja in this video has come to assassinate our characters, and using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Omoyele Sowore as his frontline as the frontline enemies of his, whom he should attack verbally by assassinating their characters, including we who follow them, we who follow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and those of the followers to Omoyele Sowore.
There are people who see him as a leader. I know there are people who respect him, but I'm not among those people. I'm sorry. I cannot respect a person that is exploiting.
Sunday Adelaja, you are not compelled to respect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but the offense you are committing now is lying against him. Nobody begged you, and nobody will ever beg you to respect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But we will always countermute all your nonsensical claims, all of your lies, all of your character assassination against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So we are not worried whether you respect him or not. If you don't respect him, good for you. If you respect him, good for you. But let him alone.
Nationalism for self-gain. And the ways, I mean, I don't know, I think the guy has lived outside of Nigeria for some time. I know he lived in England. But if you have lived in Europe for as long as I have done, for 33 years, you will know that nationalism is generally frowned upon. Actually, to tell you,
I don't need to live in Europe for 33 years. I need to live in Europe even less than half of the years you have lived in Europe to know that the nationalism system of Europe is far different from the nationalism system of Africa and Nigeria, to be precise, because had it been in Europe, everything is done by dialogue. If any people feel oppressed, then they bring their complaints to the government, and the government are willing to listen to them, then prove them wrong with the laws of the land, or the people will prove the government wrong with the same law of the land, because in Europe, their laws are active. Europe live by their laws, but in Nigeria and in Africa entirely, even when they make their selfish laws, they will still abandon those laws and begin to do things very different from what the Constitution has said. That is the problem. So the Europe system of nationalism is in nowhere to be compared with Nigerian and African system of nationalism.
The truth, that practice of bringing nationalism to politics and to national matters is regarded as an act of primitiveness, something that is being done by people who don't have better ideas, genuine ideas, or progressive ideas.
Accusing him of bringing nationality is a lie. He is not bringing nationality. What he brought to the Nigerian government is complaint against oppression by the same Nigerian government, and he demands for the freedom of the people and for restoration of Biafra. That has nothing to do with nationalism. Nationalism means fighting for one Nigeria. Those practicing nationalism are those fighting to retain one Nigeria, and those who support, even when they see the evil of the Nigerian government, they support it because of their self-gain, like Loreto Noche, like you, Sunday Adelaja, like many of you, like Baba Ahmed, like Gumi, like many of the Fulani terrorists. All of the terrorist branches of the Fulanis are the nationalists. They are the people who bring nationalism into politics. Buhari and his impostors are the people who bring nationalism into politics. All of the slave politicians from the south, whom I am watching to see whether they actually want to repent or not, they are the people who brought nationalism into Nigerian politics. Those who have hijacked all of the mineral resources, who hijacked trade, who hijacked importation like Dangote, the rest of them, those who weaponize poverty and the infrastructural development against the people and still defend it under one Nigerianism, they are the people bringing nationalism into Nigerian politics and into Nigeria democracy, whichever way you regard it.
Nnamdi Kanu has put himself in the company of people like Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, and people like that, people who exploited nationalism to push innocent people to death. And that's what Nnamdi Kanu has done. He's not just planning to do it, that's what he has done. He pushed his...
Sunday Adelaja, it is a lie. It is a lie. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's act has no relation with the act of Adolf Hitler, with the act of Stalin, with the act of those you talk about. These are real nationalists. Those who use the guise of defending their nation, they begin to kill others extrajudicially. They begin to rob others extrajudicially. Then comparing them to the case of Nigeria, it is the same Fulani terrorists It is the same Fulani terrorist Nigerian government, the same Fulani Mieti Allah, the same Fulani herdsmen, the same Boko Haram, Fulani Boko Haram, Fulani police, Fulani army, those defending the nation with under the cold blood of the innocent citizens. These are the nationalists, and they are in their millions. And your type are among them. Those who speak like you, and the selfish interested people like you, because you are selfishly interested in the Nigerian system, because you are an investor. You are among the nationalists who bring nationalism into Nigerian politics and into Nigerian democracy, and not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not Omoyele Sowore, not IPOB, not those seeking to taking it back. What they demand is what they believe what they believe that they should apply to change the system. But they are not into the business of killing people extrajudicially. So they have no relationship with nationalism. Rather, you do.
People, innocent people to death, while he cowardly runs away. He ran for his life. And you know, when I did my last address to the Yoruba nation, a lot of my Igbo brothers came online and started telling me that I was a coward because I was telling the Yoruba people not to fight.
Yes, Sunday Adelaja, you are a coward. You are a coward because you are afraid to demand your freedom, and the freedom of the Yoruba people, and the freedom of the Biafrans, and the freedom of the Arewans from the nationalist Nigerian government. That makes you a coward. A coward is not someone who demanded for his freedom and for the freedom of his people, and under the attempt to killing the person escaped to save his life first and to gain momentum to continue the demand. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a hero, but outrightly you are a coward. So don't come here to lie to us. We know this is not about 30 years ago.
Are cowards, and this say coward because I said we don't need a war. So you think that what Nnamdi Kanu is doing, that is bravery? That is cavalry?
Yes.
No, that is
Yes. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never called for war. He calls for referendum, dialogue, peaceful separation of the Biafrans, of the Oduduwans, of the Arewans from the British dungeon known as Nigeria. Rather, you are among those who support the war that is being given to us for demanding our freedom. The same thing they did to our eternal leader, late Dim Ojukwu.
Because if it is bravery, why didn't he stand with his people to fight? But rather pushing innocent people to lose their life.
He did not stand because he is wise. Because if he stood and died, the agitation with him will die together with him. So there is no need. Even those who fight war, they still run. They still run from danger. Even while they have gone, they run from danger. Then to recover and to come back to combat. Even those, the military, with weapons, they run away from dangers. Because it is only a foolish man that will see for any reason when people want to kill him or kill her unnecessarily and seeing escape route that will not escape. Only fools. And those fools are those who think like Sunday Adelaja.
While he runs for his life. The same thing that Dumego Ojukwu did.
Do you see life?
Is that bravery?
Yes.
You know, there is no need for foolish bravery, stupid bravery, bravery that will make you to, waste the lives of other people. while you escape. Is that bravery?
I am not surprised to say or to believe that Sunday Adelaja is from one of the Yoruba lineage, not from all of the Yorubas, from the Yoruba lineage who propagated that fallacy that Ojukwu called for war, and they conspired against we the Biafrans and brought genocide in the guise of bringing war, only because Ojukwu demanded for the freedom of our people and for restoration of Biafra, because he had realized that one Nigeria is not made to work. And what caused Ojukwu's reaction? It is because of the same killing of the Biafrans, most especially the killing of the Igbos in the northern Nigeria. That is what prompted Ojukwu to demand for that. And as we know, it was first discussed in Aburi, Ghana. It was first discussed and agreed upon in Aburi, Ghana, that the absolute restructure should take place. But when they came back, the whole story changed. It is there Ojukwu said, okay, if they cannot abide to that Aburi Accord, he should go on his own with his people. What is wrong with that? Why do you force us under your gun point, to remain in the same one Nigeria with you? Because, as I speak, he must come from the Yoruba lineage who betrayed Biafra. And this kind of lineage will also betray the Oduduwa.
Why do you need that kind of bravery? Some people are always talking about the Yorubas being cowards because we don't want to do foolish acts like putting people out there to kill them. I think the Igbo people have better leaders than Nnamdi Kanu. I personally know better Igbo.
These are the type of people who choose John Nyanwodo, who choose Hope Uzodimma, who choose Ojo Okalu, who choose all those sellout politicians and those sellout traditional rulers to make them our leaders, knowing that they control those people to our own detriment. And because they cannot buy Mazi Nnamdi Kanu over, they begin to propagate lies against him. And this is a current fallacy. This video was streamed 8 hours ago.
Intellectuals who are well respected, but because of this belief in boldness, like the kind of boldness that Nnamdi Kanu is displaying, that is what is making a lot of people to follow him. But let's leave he and his people alone. That's their choice. But another reason why I can never imagine Sowore associating himself with Nnamdi Kanu is because of the way Nnamdi Kanu is speaking derogatorily against other Nigerians and against Nigeria in general. And Nigerians, calling Nigerians all kinds of derogatory names. I don't even want to repeat them. But Nnamdi Kanu is actually being accused of committing treason right now against Nigeria. And this is not just a fallacy, that is just a persecution. There is a video where Nnamdi Kanu was pleading for arms. He is ready to take arms against his nation. He will never succeed. All the people who are supporting Nnamdi Kanu today, just know, either you believe or...
You are a liar. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never wanted and have never attempted to pick up arms or arm Biafrans or arm whosoever against his nation. His nation is Biafra. Neither has he attempted to carry arms against Nigeria government. But I am certain that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been evangelizing for Biafrans to arm him, to arm the volunteer force against Nigeria government terrorist organizations under the guise of Fulani herdsmen, Boko Haram, Mieti Allah, name them, ISIS, different names they have. Those who have been rampaging our land, raping our women. And you discover that throughout this video, Sunday Adelaja never condemned all those atrocities, all those terrorism executed by these Fulani terrorists. So even the ESN is not armed to begin to bomb Aso Rock or bomb everywhere. They are armed to stay in the forest of Biafra land, to chase out the terrorists from Biafra forest. That is their work. And that is the reason, because if they are armed to kill anybody that will regard to be the enemies of Biafra, they will be killing everybody, killing the police, killing the army, killing everybody. But the ESN have not been killing the armies and police. Rather, the army and the police are the people chasing after ESN. And the reason they are chasing after ESN is for them to reinstate the Fulani terrorists in our forests. And the ulterior motive is that Fulanization, Fulani taking over of everywhere, including his own community, including his own state. I don't know the state in which he is from, in Oduduwa, including the Fulanis rampaging Oduduwa nation. Sunday Adelaja is here telling us lies upon lies without touching that area that caused the whole thing. And that is the reason I am here, to still redirect our mind so that we will not be distracted. Keep listening.
Oh, you don't believe, either you like what I'm saying or you don't like what I'm saying, you will never succeed. Because in this modern world that we're living in, anybody that takes arms against a sovereign nation will never be recognized. This is not some jungle of the dark centuries or even 18th century or even 19th century. It will never be recognized by any civilized nation. Some people, some Biafrans still blame the UK and America for not supporting Biafra mission, because people who are civilized will not support insurgents.
Sunday, you are a devilish liar. The US and America and the rest of the foreign colonies do not support Biafra because of their selfish interests. They are the cause of the problems. They cause the problem because of daily loot they get from Biafra land. And you support them because of the interest you have in one Nigeria, because you are a beneficiary. I don't actually know your background, but from your words, I know where you are coming from, and I know the class in which you belong. He belonged to the lineage who are beneficiaries from Nigerian corruption. I don't actually know his background, but if investigation should be carried on regarding Sunday Adelaja, you will bear witness with me that he is among those who are the investors of the Nigerian corruption. They are the people who manage this slavery politics, this slavery government. They are the people who manage it for the foreign colonists. Because Nigerian government is just a slavery system laid down by the foreign colonists and managed by our own local politicians and some other beneficiaries like Sunday Adelaja and many others.
See, that is, that is based on armed struggles and derogatory wars against other people. Derogatory wars against other people. If you want your interest, you want your nation to go, you want Biafra to go, do it in a civilized manner.
Sunday,
don't do it at the expense or at the cost of other nationalities, so that you will not have hatred and reprisals from other nations in the country. Because I see, if you listen to Radio Biafra, the language of Nnamdi Kanu, he is spreading hate. He spreads hate and hatred against other nationalities in Nigeria. And I am, as a Nigerian, as a proud Nigerian, I am not.
Sunday, Elijah, you are a liar. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not spread hate against anybody. Rather, he spread exposition of evil of everybody. If you are genuine, you will just stand on the truth. It is because you are not genuine and you do not stand on the truth. That is the reason you blame Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for his expositions. You see how far we have gone as a result of his leadership in exposing the evil of Nigeria, until the eyes of many of us began to open in many areas in which we were blindfolded. And today, millions of my type are now outrightly sensitized, to the extent that even in the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you cannot withstand us in this social media warfare. In any area, you cannot withstand us, because naturally we are more intelligent than you, but we were blindfolded, and now our eyes are open, our minds are open, our intellect are open, and our medulla oblongata fully loaded for counter-motion against fallacious people like you, just because of your selfish interest in the Nigerian governance system. Fake Pastor Sunday Adelaja.
Going to stand there and listen to that and consume that and just close my eyes and close my mouth. No. I'm going to stand against hate. I'm going to stand against
We shall stand against you.
He is
and your Nigerian government
at all. Is mind blowing to even think that he has anybody following him. And for sure, he claims to be a progressive.
Open lies. That is mind blowing for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to believe there is anybody following him, when millions of us follow him. Even now, not only the millions of we the Biafrans, millions of the Dudu ones, your own people follow him because they have seen the light, they have seen the truth. Millions of non-Nigerians follow him, and you try to tell us that he should not believe that anybody follows him. Look at a blatant liar.
To go and associate himself with such a person, show me your friends and I will show you who you are. And there's someone that is, cooking up malicious stories, like Jubril from Sudan story, Jubril from Sudan. I mean, how can any...
Jubril from Sudan, that is true. It is your duty to investigate it. And that is where your coward is in open display. If not, you are a coward. You should take the responsibility of verifying who is that impostor impersonating late Muhammadu Buhari, and bringing it with physical evidence, tangible evidence, to the indigenous, supposedly Nigerians. But you are trying to deny the facts which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been providing, because you are the person propagating malicious message and not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Nobody follows such a guy. He's lost it. Jubril from Sudan. Can you believe it?
You are a liar.
Is that Jubril? And anybody in their common sense is following this kind of guy?
He's saying the truth.
Sure, is going to have to have friendship.
That is your nationalism in display. For you not to investigate, and you conclude that it can never be Jubril, it can never be any other impostors those who have been impersonating Buhari. We know he is being changed. He has been changed up to 3 times since ever then he died. That is your nationalism, because you are so eager and you are willing to betray the whole Yoruba people only to protect your interest in that one Nigeria?
With him? No. Showore should know better. Showore has to know better than that. And I'm afraid that this association of Showore with Nnamdi Kanu is going to give him a whole lot of problems. I'm afraid it's going to land him in a whole lot of trouble. I'm not going to be surprised if the security system in Nigeria is going to be going after Showore right now. But why should you put yourself in such a danger? Showore also could come out and say, well, I'm bold, that's why. I am ready for a revolution. I can fight. I want to fight. We just spoke about the boldness of Nnamdi Kanu or Ojukwu. Is that the kind of boldness you want to do? Oh, no, I want to waste my life. Why should you waste your life?
What does the word pivot mean to you? Now you could look it up on Google and get a definition to shift to
That is his nationalism. He is trying to discourage Omoyele Sowore, trying to discourage Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and all of their followers, and the guys of promoting one Nigeria, and him not talking about the evil the Nigerian government have been executing upon Omoyele Sowore, upon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and upon all of their followers. He is the real nationalist. He is the person promoting and trading nationalism inside Nigeria's democracy and Nigerian politics.
You know, if you have an agenda, do it in a civilized manner. Oshowore, you started this movement, take it back. Everybody, most people, most youth in Nigeria, were positive about it, especially most diasporans, got behind you. And now you are going from being a political platform to becoming reactionary. I personally support Showore. I see you as somebody that is very progressive, and I support you. But when you are now going to do this revolution now, you know what revolution means? Our country right now, we don't need...
Omoyele Sowore demand proper restructure, while Sunday ADELAJA is against him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and we, the IPOB, we demand Nigeria disintegration and restoration of their various nations which comprise the amalgamated Nigeria, and also some other nation that may emerge, or one nation from the middle belt that will emerge to making it 4 nations. Sunday ADELAJA is against us. Then what kind of Nigeria does Sunday ADELAJA want? And if he's talking about bettering Nigeria, which way?
Any civil disobedience. We don't need any violence right now, because what I know, that this group of people, Showore and Nnamdi Kanu, they are now campaigning and recruiting different groups of people who are dissatisfied with the nation, who are not happy with what is going on. We are all not happy. But what they are planning, and I know this...
Civil disobedience is not violence, and it's not a call for war. Civil disobedience is resistance and the nullification of command or instructions from oppressors, oppressive instructions and the command that are contrary to the law that should favor the people. Every government, every nation have their law, no matter how the law and how compromised the law may be. Then anything you want to do with the citizens or with the indigents require the law, which is the constitution. So if Nigeria government asks me to do things out of that constitution and I say no, I will not do it, it is called civil disobedience. And in the outright sense, I am right, while Nigeria government is wrong. So how has that been a call for war? That is what we do. You tell us to do something wrongly for your selfish interest. We say, no, we won't do it. We will do it the right way. And that is just what civil disobedience means. And Sunday, Adelaja just call it war. And this is what the Nigerian government has been using, that war, call for war. A call for war. When we just demand relief from oppression. Then if Sunday Adelaja should conclude that we are calling for war for being civilly disobedient, what is the Boko Haram calling for? What is the Nigerian army and police who adopt people calling for? What is Mieti Allah calling for? What are they called? Fulani herdsmen killers. What are they calling for?
For sure, because some of their people have contacted us. I've contacted my friends, and they are trying to gather people together in major cities in Nigeria to, from all over Nigeria to stage major protests that will last for 90 days, so that they will paralyze the economy. If you paralyze the economy, who will gain from that? People will only become poorer.
The economy is already paralyzed. Nigerian government has weaponized poverty. The economy is paralyzed in the sense that there is no freedom of industrialization. There is no freedom of operation. There is no infrastructural development from the government to the people, which is part and parcel of the duties of the government. The economy is paralyzed by making Nigeria insecure. One human being is worth much more money, and no amount of money is worth more than just a single human being. Then how many human beings have Nigerian government killed? Let me say between 2016 until now, which is about 5 years. How many people have them been killing using the Fulani herdsmen, using the Boko Haram, using the rest of them? All these things are a system to paralyzing the economy, social underdevelopment, closure of industrialization, monopoly of importation, hijack by the cabal given to the Fulanis, hijack of the supposedly national resources in form of the oil wells and the other resources being hijacked by the cabals. These are the real economic paralysis. Then the protest which should last 90 days is about confronting those responsible for this paralysis and to demand that they must do the needful. And the needful they must do is conducting a referendum for the people to decide where they actually want to belong and who should rule them and who should not rule them, and not about the people imposing looters, parasitic entities upon the people in the guise of providing them with leaders. These are many aspects of the paralysis the Biafrans, the Oduduwans, the Arwans, and even you suffer. You suffer. You may be wealthy on your own personally, but however, your wealthiness cannot solve the problems the rest of the Oduduwa people are suffering, problems that they do not deserve, problems that are imposed on them just because they are Nigerians. And it is just a little portion, a crumb from the wealth that should belong to the Oduduwa people that may be given to you or to your fathers or those whom you believe, those your predecessors, those your predecessors, those who were before you in that system. These are the people to whom the economic benefits of millions of Oduduwas have been given to selfishly, crumbs given to them, while the cabal and the international colonists take the rest of the rights and privileges of the Oduduwa people, of the Biafran people, of the Arewa people. But you are here lying to the world just because you want to contest against us, the IPOB, against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, against Omoyele Sowore and Omoyele Sowore supporters.
If you do your revolution now, what is that going to bring to people? You know, it's going to lead to another bloodshed. Is that what we need now? We have enough bloodshed in Nigeria. We have enough bloodshed in Nigeria.
What if he does not conduct his revolution now, and the Fulanis continue killing people, the Boko Haram continue killing people, police continue adopting people? Do those things not cause bloodshed? What is your take on that? He has nothing to say in this video against those murderers, but he is speaking against those demanding for freedom. Fake Pastor Sunday Adelaja. Keep listening.
So please, I'm appealing to Sowore to think about this relationship that he's having with Nnamdi Kanu. Because right now, look at the group that is coming together to organize this revolution now, or the protest. You have Nnamdi Kanu and his iPod group. You have Sowore and his breakaway group from his party. I wonder what's happening to Sowore. Is it because of his loss in the presidential election that he couldn't explain? Or is it because of the crisis? Is him being excluded from his party? Why shouldn't you be reactionary? I know you've always been an activist, but to join yourself with somebody that is taking arms against the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
It is not because Sowore lost the election. It is because what those who were elected has promised to do, they did not do it. They do not do those things. They have failed Nigerians, of which many Fulanis have now confirmed that Buhari's government and its impostors succeeding conducting of the government have failed Nigerians. That is the reason for Sowore's protest, and not because he lost the election.
Think twice, brother. And I also want to challenge and use this opportunity to appeal to the Nigerian youth that is following this group of people, that is following Nnamdi Kanu, that is following Sowore. They have passports. Sowore has American passport, or at least residence permit, and Nnamdi Kanu has British citizenship. You don't have any passport. When violence breaks out, who will be shot at? Who will be killed? Who will be put in prison?
In your selfishness, you believe it is right for Nigerian government not to issue passport to anyone who demand it for any reason. And it is your selfishness that make you to believe that Nigerian government is supposed to be killing Nigerian citizens right there in Nigeria, when they should protect the citizen and give the citizens what belongs to the citizen. These are the things that cause the problems, and not those who demand for the freedom of the people. You, for the 33 years you have been in Europe, I believe you have European passports. You should be in the position to demanding the freedom of the people, and not you collecting whichever way you benefit from the Nigerian government. You turn against those who lead the freedom movement for the people, because you are a hypocrite, because you are a fake pastor, because you are a saboteur. You are an indigenous saboteur to the Oduduwa people. and a national and an international saboteur to the rest of us who are, by amalgamation, indigenous to that dungeon known as Nigeria.
It will be you guys. Think. In Nigerian, you think. And you know, apart like I said, who are the people coming together to organize this protest? They want to this breakdown of Nigeria, this revolution. Nnamdi Kanu and iPod, Showore and his breakaway group, Shia Muslims, the Shia Muslims that we know who have already been protesting, and some of them have already been imprisoned and shot at. They have a reason to be dissatisfied and to do civil unrest. Then what is another surprising thing is CAN, some group in CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria, are joining them. And of course you have the PDP looters.
We don't those CANs, the CANs are the members of CANs are rogues. They are the people who pose themselves to be Christian leaders in Nigeria, when the Christians do not gather to make them leaders. And it is because they collect bribes from the Nigerian government. And their own duty is the same thing you are doing, to control the people, to make the people believe in the government, even when the government just presents death in their presence. You just try to persuade them to accept that death without questioning, without any reaction. And when they die, then the government will give you your own share. You trade with the lives of the millions of Nigerians, trading with the lives of your own followers. Because if I am your follower and you make this kind of comment, I will not follow you anymore, because you are a hypocrite. Because you can sell my life any day at your will. The same thing is what you will do to your own followers. Fake pastor, Sunday ADELAJA,
who are ready to sponsor the money bags, are ready to sponsor all this violence and disobedience. Listen, guys, Nigeria doesn't need violence right now. We need to get and put pressure on the president and his APC, party, to come together with them and have them act. And if they don't want to act, we get them. We put pressure. We keep on putting pressure on them.
Which way will you put the pressure? Which way will you put the pressure? When you are blaming Omoyele Sowore-led freedom agitators, blaming Mazi Nnamdi Kanu-led freedom agitators, and you are talking about putting pressure. How will you put the pressure? Will you carry gun to put the pressure, or what? If you carry gun, don't you think you are doing the same thing, or even worse, because you are talking about confronting the Nigerian government, while we have not reached to that extent? We only carry gun to protect our land, to protect our people from being killed by the Fulani terrorists. So if you are to carry gun to mount pressure, it means you are the real you. That is, you have done worse than we have done, and everything you are talking complicates you. Then how will you mount pressure? Will you protest to mount pressure on the Nigerian government, or how will you do it? How possible can that be? But my people, I'm here telling you the whole truth. What Sunday ADELAJA is playing here is to ensure that people put into consideration to downplay everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Sowore has been doing, and also to discourage the people and to give the people empty hope for them to believe that a time will come when they will say to the government, give us our freedom. Then the government will say no. Then, and okay, we should mount pressure on them. And while you wait for that, your communities will be taken over by the Fulanis. your community members will be running away from your communities. While Sunday Adelaja will be asking you to wait till that time. Then if you are waiting and Fulanis begin to invade your community, what will be your reaction? Do you believe Sunday Adelaja can help you out? This is a rogue. These are the people who are bought over to try to disarm you, to make you docile until you are absolutely conquered. He is an investor in that Fulanization.
To have us resolve the security challenges in our country. But as the case is right now, violence is not the answer. Even revolution is not the answer. And I'm talking to you as somebody who lives in a country.
What is the answer?
We are in the part of the world where revolution is the order of the day. Okay, you know about the Lenin Revolution, the Bolshevik Revolution, all right? You know the Stalin, about Yusuf Stalin and their revolution, the Communist Revolution. You know about the Orange Revolution,
okay,
which
you call it Communist Revolution and not
Revolution,
and not actually freedom-fighting revolution.
And what revolution could lead to. Nigeria doesn't need it now. And it's not because of cowardice, believe me.
No.
It's not that I'm coward.
You are a coward.
I have led revolution in a foreign country.
Then the
revolution is possible.
The revolution you led in foreign country is a demonstration. A demonstration, you go and lay your complaints, and the foreign country listen to you. But the difference, as I've said earlier, is because our own country do not listen to anybody agitating against the oppression because they have ulterior motive. And the foreign government is a government where if something goes wrong, the 90% of the politicians will stand against the evil. But in our own, more than the 100% will stand in favor of the evil. Do you see the contradiction, the contradicting differences?
There are conditions that will not, make that revolution to become bloody and make our people to even suffer the more. The kind of revolution people are gathering and this kind of group that are coming together to, to do this kind of protest is spelling danger for our beloved country. What concerns you, some people will say? What's your own problem in that you don't live in Nigeria? Well, if not for Nigeria, I would not be where I am today.
Okay.
And if not for Nigeria.
If not for Nigeria, myself, I will not be where I am today. I am in exile against my will because of Nigeria. But you are in exile according to your foolish pleasure because you are a beneficiary from that Nigeria corruption and you want it to continue. So everybody does not celebrate being outside. I don't celebrate living outside. The reason I am living outside in the first place is because the development which attracted me to come outside is not available since I was born, even before I was born, until now that I am old. And there is no progress to developing our land by the same government. You live in Europe and you enjoy it, and you say if not because of Nigeria, because Nigeria sponsored you with looted money and everything, you benefited either through your father or directly through you. And you want us to continue. And this should be money that should belong to 1 million people. It will be given to you alone or to anybody concerned, those responsible for making you whom you are. These are the stooges we are talking about. So you are a stooge. You are a stooge. The Nigerian government benefits you and use you against the rest of over 200 million Nigerians.
I would not even be standing here. If not for Nigeria, the world will never know who Sunday Adelaja is. I care about
Nigeria make you popular.
I care.
Nigeria make you popular.
And I'm a proud Nigerian. And I'm coming back to make Nigeria truly great. Not as a politician, but just as a citizen and as an ambassador of the kingdom of God.
You are
For
a
the love of
liar,
God,
using the name of God to
nation.
trade your selfish interest. Fake Pastor Sunday Adelaja. My people, the program has just come to an end. It is just about that program and nothing more. Until you hear from me once again, and very soon. Remain blessed.